Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this tutorial series video, we are going to start with basics of Python. So in this tutorial video, I'm going to explain the basic concept of Python programming to getting started with. And this tutorial series is going to be useful for all those beginners and intermediates who are just starting with Python programming and all those who want to clear their concept. So, and if you are at advanced level or intermediate level and you are interested in image classification, I have already launched my one tutorial video series on that one by using Keras. So, uh, let's get started with basics of Python. So in this first tutorial video, we are going to learn the variables. So what are variables, first of all? So variable are the quantities that are going to be varied throughout our program, and we assign a name with a value so that throughout the program, when we change the value, we don't have to change the name. What I mean is, for example, weight of a person. So weight of a person can be varied throughout the age, throughout a year, but we are assigning that quantity by the name of weight only. And before starting with variables, let me explain you how you can print a statement. If you want to print something in Python, it's very easy. So you just have to type print, and inside the parentheses, you have to write down the message or a statement that you want to display. So for example, hello world, I am trying to learn the Python programming language. And if you just run the cell, it will execute your command and it will print out the statement. So hello world, I'm trying to learn the Python programming language. It is so easy. And to assign a variable, for example, a is equal to 5 and my, sorry, yeah, 5. So a variable could be anything. It could be a string also, it could be a number, it could be a floating number, it could be integer number, it could be a boolean value like a true or false. So when I run the cell, so now the value 5 is assigned to the number to the variable a. So in this one we don't have to declare a variable. There are some methods to assign a global variable, a local variable, but since we are talking about basics, don't worry about it right now. So a is 5, and if I want to print out the a, so I will just use print function, and now I don't need to use the quotation mark because I already defined a and it is not a string. So when I run this one, it will print out the number 5, the variable a. So 5 is assigned to variable a, so when I want to print a, it will return me the value 5. And I will show you, if I print inside a quotation mark, it will just print a. Why? Because whatever we are writing inside the quotation mark, it is a string. We consider as a string. And if we want to check the type of a variable, we can just use the built-in function type and just pass a, the variable name. So it gives us an integer value. Now let me assign a different variable. Now this is a string. Okay, so this is a string. So now when I check the type of my b, yeah, I think I didn't run the cell. So it returns me the string. Str means string value. Now if I change the value of a by 5.6 and if we check the type, it will return a float. Means variable could be anything. And if inside another cell, now if I reassign the value of my variable a again, then now what will happen? Now here I want to print it out. So let's print it. So it will give me, it will return me the new value. So in the Python, we are having facility to overwrite a variable value. So we can reassign a value and it won't give us any error. So after that, let's talk about a small use case, because without a use case, any kind of concept is just like an information. If you don't know how to use it, then it's difficult when you want to implement it. So let's say you want to print out your monthly budget expenditure. So what you can do is there are some constant constant budget that you spend on several things, for example rent, your mobile bill, groceries, etc., and you want to print out all of your expenditure, and you want to store inside variables. So let's do it. So first of all, I pay my rent. So for example, my rent is 600 bucks per month. All we are talking about per month. So everything, every quantity is per month. Then my mobile bill. So my mobile bill is say 120, and after that groceries. So monthly groceries 150. After that, what else? Mobile rent, groceries, and some other expenses. So other expenses, let's take 100 bucks, and bus pass. We can take bus pass. Monthly bus pass say 120. So when I run this one, so now all of this value has been stored inside the variable. Each of the variable is right now holding a value. So now if I want to get the total, so it is very easy. We have to just add up all of these variables. So rent plus mobile bill plus groceries plus other expenditures plus bus pass. Well, okay, I did a spelling mistake. So now if I print the total, it gives me 190. So let me reduce 90 somewhere, or let me add 10. So okay. So my total expenses per month is around 1100. And if I want to print all of these inside one print statement, my all of the variables, my monthly bills, then we can use the dot format method of for the printing more than one variables. So how we can do it is my monthly expenses are first of all it's my rent. So my rent is after rent. Now we have to use the curly brackets. After that we have mobile bill. After that groceries. After that we have some other expenditures, and at last bus pass. So for my each of the variable I am having one curly bracket. So after my quotation mark I can write down the format, and inside the parenthesis now I have to pass the variable names. So my first variable is my rent. After rent I have mobile bill. After that groceries. After that other expenditures, and at last my bus pass. Now if I print this one, see how nicely it is printing out all of the variables with the names. So here I can write down any name. These are not my variables. This is inside my print statement, means this is my string. So I can write anything like uh, I can write down my iPhone. I don't like iPhone. Uh, I can write down my OnePlus phone, OnePlus mobile bill. After that home rent. I can write any name, like, because this is I'm writing inside my string. So this is not going to affect. But if you are making a spelling mistake here, for example, let me make mistake on rent, it will give us error. What kind of error it is giving? Name error. The name RNT is not defined. So from this you can understand, okay, what kind of mistake I have did. And one more thing, if you change the order and it's not respective to the variable names here, then it will give you a false value. For example, let me take bus pass ahead of others. Now my bus pass, now my other expenditure is 120, but my bus pass is 120 and my other expenditure is 110. Now my bus pass has been changed. So the order of the variable name inside dot format method is important. And in last we can print out the total amount also. So my total monthly expense is around. Now curly bracket, we cannot use any other bracket than curly bracket, we have to strictly use the curly bracket. And one more thing, since I am having only one variable, I can directly pass the variable name itself. So if I just use the total, then I don't need to use the curly bracket because I'm not using the dot format method. So this is how we can play with variables. So later on this course, you are going to see why this dot format method is very important and it is very useful. And one more thing, before finishing this tutorial, let me explain you one more concept. We can uh, add up this also. So if my string type, I mean my this is my string. If I say the object type of this one, so this is a string and this is a number, say integer value. So if I want to change the type of any variable, I can directly assign what type of variable I want. For example, a is equal to 5. So if I check the type of my a, it will return a string. Okay, string. Now if I want to change it to an integer value, so what I will do is a is equal to integer a. Now if I check the type of a, now it is changed to integer because I am calling integer method here. So I can change it to float also. So for that I just have to write down the float, and now my type of a has been changed to float, and we can print out a also. It will give me 5.0. Now it is not string anymore. Initially we defined it as a string, but since we are changing the type of the string, I mean the variable, and I'm changing it to float value, so I'm getting 5.0. If I change it to integer, then I will just get 5 only. See, 5. So this is it. So in my next tutorial, we are going to learn the string method. How can we do the slicing and indexing of the string? How can we add up the string? And a few other methods that we can do with the string. So I hope you guys have learned something from this tutorial. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos, and see you guys next time. Until then, have a great time ahead.